اللهم لا إله إلا أنت ربي، خلقتني وأنا عبدك، وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت، أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت، أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء لك بذنبي، فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت، إنك أنت الغفور الرحيم. I will continue what I started in the previous lecture by explaining the planning work, or in more precise terms, explaining how to place each structure or building in its correct place accurately on the work site.
Any building or structure is a solid in space, and any solid consists of an infinite number of points in space, and a point in space has a place of residence that we must know in order to reach it when we want.
المخطط اللي قدامنا ده اسمه الخنزيرة، وهذا الاسم يطلق على مجموعة من الأخشاب منشأة بطريقة معينة ومدقوق عليها مسامير، وكل مسمار بيعبر عن محور من محاور المبنى. هذا الأمر أو هذا الموضوع يستخدم لتحديد أماكن العمارات. أما طريقة تنفيذ هذا هنقول عليها فيما يلي بإذن الله.
We previously mentioned that the detailed address of any point in space is determined by 3 dimensions. One of these dimensions is the dimension parallel to gravity, called the vertical dimension or point level, the level. The other 2 dimensions are the projections of the point onto any horizontal plane perpendicular to the direction of gravity. Because the building contains an infinite number of horizontal planes, we had to create an imaginary horizontal plane onto which to project all the building's points. This optional horizontal plane is what we call the pigeon. The pig is thus the practical means of projecting the desired building elements onto a horizontal projection. The pig, figure 19, consists of wooden beams that we arrange perfectly adjacent to each other in a straight line and secure to the ground with wooden pegs at a level sufficiently high above the natural ground surface to avoid any elevations in the ground. The conditions that must be met when working with a pigsty are: the top surface of the pigsty must be completely horizontal, using a standard water level or a spirit level. The angle between the pigsty's ribs is the same as the angle between the building's axes, which is usually right and parallel to the 2 chosen axes. Any side of the pigsty must be perfectly straight. The pigsty's ribs must be sufficiently far from the furthest reaches of the excavation to prevent the pigsty from collapsing during excavation. In order to get the sides of the pig completely perpendicular and straight and parallel to the axes of the building, we must use the theodolite. Figure 19 shows us that the 2 axes LL and 1:1 are practically represented by a string stretched between 2 nails on 2 opposite sides of the pig, and that by means of the balance we can project any point onto this axis, whereby in this way we can draw what we want of foundations or dimensions of excavation on the natural ground in preparation for excavation and foundation work.